The City of Winston-Salem is exploring options for partnering with other entities for the ownership and operation of Bowman Gray Stadium and the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. In this short video, we will present the reasons that the city is considering this course of action, specific issues that have to be considered with each facility, and a timetable for these options. Wake Forest University has expressed interest in buying the Coliseum and its parking lot. The minimum price the City Council has agreed to accept is $8 million. Winston-Salem State University has expressed interest in buying Bowman Gray Stadium, its parking lots, and portions of Civitan Park. The minimum price the City Council has agreed to accept is $4.3 million, plus the $2.8 million that the university owes the city for the new field house and other improvements. The city is considering selling these facilities because it would eliminate the ongoing subsidy of their operating cost. It could eliminate the need to budget millions of dollars in maintenance, updates, and enhancements needed at both facilities, and it would allow City Council to consider spending that money on other pressing needs. Let's look at each of these in more detail. The city is in an era of reduced resources. For each of the past 5 years, the city has faced budget gaps that it has closed through user fees, reducing or consolidating services, eliminating positions, and adjusting the city tax rate. For 2013, the city is again facing a budget gap. Given this reality, the city has a responsibility to look at all options for reducing its costs while providing the services that citizens expect. Partnering with Wake Forest and Winston-Salem State University over the city's two largest public assembly facilities is projected to save the city more than $400,000 annually. The city has successfully used this approach with the Benton Convention Center. By turning management of the Convention Center over to an outside management group, it stabilized what had been an escalating operating subsidy. In this case, the outright sale of these facilities would eliminate the operating subsidies altogether. Both UVM Coliseum and Bowman Gray Stadium need millions of dollars in maintenance, updates, and enhancements. The Coliseum is still using the original heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment installed when it was built 24 years ago. The cost of this one project alone exceeds $2 million. The Coliseum sound and lighting systems need to be modernized. The parking lots need improvements, and there is almost $3 million in maintenance needs that have been deferred because of budget constraints. In all, the cost of identified capital needs at the Coliseum is estimated at $9.3 million, and city officials foresee another $5 million in possible needs in the near future. Bowman Gray Stadium, built in 1936, needs new lighting for the field and improvements to the parking lot, the concession stands, the east side press box, and more. It adds up to $1.8 million in short-term needs and a forecast of another $750,000 in the near future. In all, the two facilities could require $16.8 million in general fund support for maintenance, upgrades, and improvements. Selling the facilities eliminates this cost. The city would use the money brought in from the sales to pay off debt that financed previous improvements to these facilities. This would allow the city to issue debt to finance other capital improvements or address other budgetary priorities. The most recent capital improvements plan listed $553 million in unfunded capital needs throughout the city's service areas with no identified source for financing them. The list includes road paving, fire stations, parks, and much more. Sale of the Coliseum and Stadium would give the city approximately $10 million in debt service fund capacity and allow City Council an opportunity to consider other capital needs priorities. Both facilities have special issues that would be addressed as a part of any sale. At the Coliseum, these issues include Ensuring that the Coliseum would continue to be available to host events such as high school graduations and concerts that fulfill the city's commitment to continue to serve the greater community. Ensuring that the Coliseum would be available to host tourism-related events that bring money into the local economy. Ensuring that parking for patrons of the Dixie Classic Fair and other fairground events is available in ways comparable to the current level of city service. Ensuring the care and maintenance of the veterans' monuments and retaining the Lawrence Joel name in a meaningful way. At Bowman Gray Stadium, these issues include honoring the terms of the lease with Winston-Salem Speedway, Inc. for racing, securing state approval of the purchase because Winston-Salem State is a part of the University of North Carolina system, identifying university land that could be deeded to the city as a part of a park land swap, and to enhance greenway connectivity. There are numerous other details to be reviewed before a sale could be finalized. The earliest that LJVM Coliseum could be transferred to Wake Forest University would be July 1st. This would coincide with the start of the 2013 fiscal year and provide the maximum savings to taxpayers. Before any sale could be finalized, the city would have to give others a chance to make a better offer called an upset bid. That fulfills the identified provisions of the sale. This is because Wake Forest is a private entity. The timetable for transferring Bowman Gray Stadium is less certain. As previously noted, Winston-Salem State University could not acquire the stadium without approval of the General Assembly and negotiation with the State Property Office. City and university officials estimate that these approvals could be in place in time to transfer the facility on December 1st. The city has the option of soliciting upset bids for the stadium, but it is not required because Winston-Salem State is a public entity. To summarize, the city is considering options to sell LJVM Coliseum to Wake Forest University and Bowman Gray Stadium to Winston-Salem State University. The sale prices would pay off existing city debt related to these facilities. The sales would save more than $400,000 in annual operating subsidies, eliminate the need for an estimated $16.8 million in maintenance and improvements, and give the city the ability to finance up to $10 million in other needed capital improvements. Any sale would address the special issues related to each facility. Information about the potential sales is posted online at www.cityofws.org.